Raleigh Thornton from Thornton Esquire Law Group. I want to talk to you all about another insurance policy coverage that a lot of people are familiar with, but a lot of people just say, oh, I'm not going to get that because that's too expensive. Okay, and that is personal injury protection coverage. Personal injury protection benefits allow for you to get coverage for your medical bills, for your lost wages, some of those things that you do when you have an accident. And so personal injury protection benefits, it doesn't matter if you're at fault or the other person is at fault. Now, this coverage is something that you have to more than likely ask your insurance agent about. In order to reject this kind of coverage, you're supposed to sign something saying you specifically reject it. And if you don't specifically reject it, you're supposed to automatically have it. But insurance companies don't really like to sell it because it's a no-fault insurance coverage. And that means that they have to pay regardless of whether you're at fault or the other person's at fault. You do have to pay extra per month for this coverage, but it's still not a whole bunch. And then also I would add that you all should check your limits. I had a client recently who had $25,000 worth of PIP. And that means even if she was at fault, that much in medical bills and lost wages would have been covered for her regardless. So it's a lot of people that are out here that don't even have insurance. And so that's another way where we can have something for ourselves in our policy to make sure that we're covered in case something like that should happen. And so again, that's called personal injury protection benefits. Also, don't let the insurance companies fool you and tell you that med pay is the same thing. Med pay is another coverage. And so that is a coverage that in case you have an accident and you have to get a recovery, then your recovery is going to be deducted by that med pay. Whereas with PIP, your recovery is not going to be deducted. So your insurance company is going to expect you to pay them back for med pay. For PIP, they're not going to expect to get reimbursed. So there is a difference. And so when you are calling your insurance agents, make sure that you are aware of what you have and how much coverage you could get. I like to have at least $10,000 of coverage for myself. And guess what? That also goes to the other drivers, the other people in your car. So that if you have an accident, then, and it's a family of 4, then each person has up to $10,000 each, or $25,000 if that's the coverage you have. They have up to $25,000 in PIP coverage to cover their medical bills and their lost wages. So if I'm only paying $30 a month for that coverage, I've gotten like $100,000 of coverage out of one accident. So that's a very important tip. So I hope somebody listens to it. I hope somebody calls their agent and gets some explanation. If y'all have any other questions, feel free to give me a call. Again, Raleigh Thornton with Thornton Esquire Law Group. Thank you.